And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Barrow League 2 to Champions of Europe series. This is episode 2. And just to recap from last time as well, we managed to go from League 2 all the way to the Championship within 3 seasons, securing an instant promotion from League 2 and a playoff promotion. And we even reached the semi-final of the FA Cup and the EFL Cup. And just as well to recap on the rules, we are playing with strict transfers. We are also playing with 1 free agent signing per season and can only be a youth player under the age of 18. We are only allowed 1 academy scout per league. However, it doesn't really apply here anymore since we're in the Championship and we get all 3 scouts now. And we are only allowed to loan in 1 player per season as well. But with that being said, let's go and try and get to the Premier League. And this is our squad from the League 1 promotion. Obviously, we do need to change this team up a little bit for us to get promoted this season. However, we do have some good names in the team, such as Costello at a 69 overall, Cannell at a 75, Mora at a 79 as well. He is our wonder kid. We signed him at only 17 years of age 2 seasons ago, and at 18 or 19, he is already at a 79. That is insane. And we also got Gale, Hills, and Hammer over 70, and Marquez, who was our star goalkeeper and our best player at a 79 overall. This team is pretty good. However, we do need to improve it a lot to get to the Premier League. And as you can clearly see as well, we have a budget of 8.6 million, which is the biggest transfer budget we have had in this entire rebuild. So you know what that means. It's time to build a really strong academy and get some really strong players into the team. And there we go. There is our scouting network and youth academy set up for this season. And this will be our 1 free agent signing for this season, Mr. Granero, who was a 76 overall. He also has a potential of anywhere between 76 and 91, which is insane as well. And he also provides some much needed help in our wing back positions. And ladies and gentlemen, as a part of our strategy to get to the Premier League, we do need to free up some budget. And that is why we have decided to make the biggest transfer of this entire rebuild so far, selling Gilberto Mora to Manchester United for 44,300,000. And this will allow us to build up the squad overall instead of just having 1 really good youngster in the team. I just hope this doesn't come to bite me later on and he's like really good and like a 90 overall worth 200 million or something like that. But yeah, for now, this is an excellent move. And from the Mora transfer, I present to you with our biggest buying transfer in record of this challenge. 28.6 million for Chris Richards, an 81 rated centre-back. Got another transfer here. Brad Hills out for Hong Huen Siok and 2.9 million. And yes, I know that I low-key got a bad price for him. But to be fair, I was more worried about the desperate midfield talent that we lost through the sell of Gilberto Mora. And another addition to the squad, we have Mikasa in from Man City as our loan player for the season. And we also do have the option to buy him for 37 million. So hopefully if we get into the Premier League next season, we will get him on a permanent deal on the first day of next year. Because you know, there is that glitch in FC26 or whatever. I don't know if it's a glitch or anything, but you can just sign him on the first day of the new season. So yeah! And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our first game in the Championship. We will be playing West Ham, who have either been in the Championship for a few years or just got relegated. I can't remember. But anyways, here we go. This is a major clash that we have to win. West Ham versus Barrow. First game in the Championship at the London Stadium. And we lose 2-1. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, is what it is. And to start off deadline day, we have sold Tom Hammer for $3 million. And yes, I did get kind of cooked in the negotiations. But $3 million is $3 million. We still bowl. And that'll do it for the first window of this year's campaign, of the championship campaign. We got a pretty solid squad, I reckon. We do not have a win so far. We have 1 draw and 4 losses. So I think this year we're just going to be fighting relegation and slowly building up the team with the limited budget that we will get. But we'll sim now to the winter window. Unless my scouts find me any like crazy youngsters, then we'll cut to that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as you can clearly see, we are now officially at the winter deadline, and we have had, I want to say, pretty good last few months in terms of the sim. We are still in the relegation zone, however, we are not 23rd anymore. We are 22nd! Let's go! And we're actually only 1 point below the 21st placed team, which is Blackburn. But we're going to go through, we're going to make some transfers, and we're going to hopefully get ourselves out of relegation and secure our place in the championship next season, because I really don't want to be going down League One. First sale number 2, sale number 3. So we may or may not have a genuine problem. Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe are both on City. Now, what's it? I know that I want to try and keep this channel family friendly, but what the fuck is this? Who has decided to let Haaland and Mbappe on the same team? Have they had to add like 20 more FFP violations so they're already 115 to make it 135 for this to happen? Like, what is this insanity? First signing, buy number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, deadline day is officially done. We did get Stutter and Wareham at the deadline, which does help our attack out a lot. But hopefully we can escape relegation. Because League One would kind of be bad at this point, because League One is really hard to get out of after a certain point, because it's filled with championship clubs. But hopefully we can stay in the championship, and hopefully next year we can make a push for the Prem. And with the winter window being done, we will now cut to either the end of the year, or if my scout finds me something good. Hopefully we don't get relegated. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can clearly see, the season is over now. But the good thing is that we're not relegated, and I'll show you why. It is because the boys, locked TF in, won 4 games in a row. In the last 6 games as well, 5 wins and a draw after an absolute abysmal march to somehow, some way escape relegation. We're in the championship next season, baby. Don't go anywhere. Prem next season. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we did escape relegation last season. However, we still have more to do. We need to still get into the Premier League, and we have $8 million free agent signing and a new loan in that we can do this season to help us improve this squad even more than we did last season through the sale of Mora. This time, obviously, we don't have 44 million that we can get from selling a player. However, I'm very, very confident that we can at least contend for mid-table or the playoffs this season. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our free agent signing of the season, Emilio Hesse, who is an 80 overall centre-back. This is who we desperately need for our squad in defence. And he also has a potential of 99 and is also 17 years of age. That is insane. And our lone player of the season is Jamal Anwar from Arsenal. This time around though, we do not have a loan option to buy, as I'm just literally just loaning him in to boost the squad. And also my transfer budget is way too low to be able to sign him at the end of the year or even the start of next season. And as you can clearly see, ladies and gentlemen, it is deadline day. So now we will either cut to me making a signing, or we will cut to the overall signings for the first half of the season, and then I'll see you at the winter window. You'll know which one is which, what option we're getting right now. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as you can clearly see, we did just decide to skip deadline day because we beat Wolves first day. We've gotten through the first 2 rounds of the Carabao Cup. I think we should hold on, have a really good winter window. Hopefully we get results our way during the season. Hopefully our form picks up because we are 1 win, 2 losses. And I know that may sound like we should be making some transfers and some signings, but with the way that we're at, we aren't doing too bad compared to last season. I'm confident that we won't get relegated. I'm confident we finish mid-table. But we're just going to hold off for now, and we're going to make some really good signings when it comes to the winter window. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the winter window, and this is not a drill. On January 1st, new year for the new decade, 2030, we set 11 wins, 3 draws, and 10 losses on 36 points with a goal difference of 6. So you can clearly see Cardiff are at 6th, with 37 points and a goal difference of -3. We are a single draw away from being in the playoffs. This might be the year. And I know that I say that this might be the year that we make the Prem, and this game hates me, and it's all going to come crumbling down. But I think this time's different. We're making the Prem this year, boys. Or at least we're making the playoffs. And we need to have a really good window. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it is deadline day once again. And this time for the winter window. I don't know if I'm going to make any moves. Because we are currently in a playoff position in 7th. And we have actually been playing really well. We were in the playoff positions for quite a while. But same as the summer window, we either cut to a signing, or we cut to the transfers we've made with some NCS music from 2016. And we know right about now. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see by the central page of my EAFC 26, it is February 1st, 2030, which means that the deadline day has been skipped. So yes, we made no signings. But we are now going to cut to the last game of the season, where we either are already in the playoffs, already have missed the playoffs, or it comes down to one last game. I know that I said that we were simming to the final game of the championship season, but one of my scouts just found this hidden gem. 15 years of age, 55 overall. Doesn't sound that great. He has a potential of 90 to 94. That is absolute absurdity. But we love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we finished in a playoff position. We are 5th, which means we play the 4th place Coventry first round of the promotion playoffs. Leicester and Wolves and West Ham low-key dominated, but Wolves take the cake, and Leicester just get the leftovers with the instant promotion. But hopefully we can reach the Prem this season. Hopefully. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can clearly see, we beat Coventry 1-0 in the first leg. But this next game is the biggest game of this entire rebuild so far. Coventry City Barrow. If we win, we go to Wembley. Or draw, we go to Wembley. We're going to Wembley! And we're playing Ipswich. Let's go! We'll see you at the final. You thought that the last game was a big game and the biggest game. This is the biggest game. This is the biggest game of the rebuild of the series of taking Barrow from League 2 to Champions of Europe. If we win this game, Episode 3, Premier League European Champions. Let's go, Barrow. And as you can see, we lost. all the hard work, all the suffering for a loss. As close as we've gone so far. And it's all for nothing. We're not even doing a season recap or who's been promoted or relegated. We're just gonna end this here. We're gonna just end it on Heartbreak. Episode 3. Video does not end until we make the Prem. Thank you for watching. Have a good one and good night.